Well, hello once again, dear ones. This is Paulio the Arcturian with another masterpiece video. Today we are talking about the extraterrestrial gods. I've come across, I was actually, how do you put it? My name was put on some Facebook thing, and I looked into it, and I come across this article, and there was many interesting comments about God, and rightly so, because many do not truly understand the concept of God. Now, this is going to blow, some people are going to fully reject this, and other people, it will connect the dots. Now, all of these gods of the vast majority of religions, and it's probably in 98 to 99% of religions, all of these gods, they are interpretations of an idea. And these gods mostly have an element of psychological manipulation and control. So, i.e., I grew up as a Roman Catholic, and as a child, I saw the hypocrisy within the Roman Catholic Church, and I couldn't understand how you could have this God that loves you unconditionally, and at the same time give you these set of commandments that you must abide by, or you get sent to fire and brimstone and eternal hell. And, of course, we're eternal beings, so it just means that, if you don't do the right thing, then it's really gonna suck later. Now, that's obviously not unconditional, that's conditional. So this is the psychological degree that a lot of religions keep people coming back for more and donating their, money into the church's purse. And then other religions say that, we need 10% of your wages from you because God said that you have to tithe. And so you tithe to the church. What's not a better place to give your money to but the church? So what really was happening with that one was that if you wished to feel rich and you wished to help others feel rich, then you would tithe 10% of your money, was an example of what you could do, and just give it away knowing that you had plenty, and the person receiving that money would feel that they have more than they had the day before, and so hence they would feel wealthier. Of course, that's a win-win situation for everyone, but when you give it to the church and then, they say that they, give a bit here and a bit there, well, really, what percentage of the tithes money are they actually giving back out again? That's something for you to look into if you're in that situation. Now, so therefore, on this level, I consider all of these gods as being a lesser god, so to speak, for want of a better word. Now, in all of these scriptures and writings, um, they talk of these gods coming from out of the sky and from out of the clouds. And I know that back eons ago, extraterrestrials interacted with humans all the time. All the time. It was just something that happened and that they did. And so these ancient cultures inscribed UFO craft into the rocks and these weird beings, and the Egyptians made statues of them. You know, they did all these things for a reason, and they called them gods because they came magically from out of the sky. The humans didn't have this sort of technology. You know, they had made the wheel, and you know that was the extent of the technologies. So they made wheels and put them on carts, and you know, found horses to pull them along. You know, that would have been like the greatest technology at the time. They would have been absolutely stoked with themselves. So these gods come from out of the sky in craft. And so the people of the times, through the different empires of our planet, considered these as gods, and then um, the Dark Ones have used a few of these events, situations, and manipulated it. So people are controlled psychologically into manipulation and control through belief systems that describe that if you're basically not a good boy or a girl, then there's dire consequences. Now, for those people that listen to my channel, you would know that I have a very strong connection with Prime Creator or Source Energy. It's the only energy that I've subscribed to. And from out of that energy comes these other gods, the extraterrestrials. All extraterrestrials are source energy beings. We all come from the same energy source in this universe. You could picture this universe as being one great big gigantic bubble with all of these bioorganic organisms, and ETs do have synthetic bodies as well. Not all beings are organic, I'll add. Some are synthetic, such as one of my soul family members, Errol. That's you can watch that video anytime you like. Meet Errol the extraterrestrial. I posted that about 5 months ago, and in the last few weeks, actually, it's had well over an extra 100 views on it. So it's become very popular all of a sudden. And Errol, she's Arcturian from the Roswell crashes. We've always been told that there's 2 crashes, but now it seems that there was actually 3. Anyway, I'll have to go into that one. However, Errol, who they captured, she had a synthetic body, and she is one of my soul family members. And her body is synthetic, and in that video, Meet Errol the extraterrestrial, It's the 6-week transcript of the interview that they had with her. And basically a nurse interviewed her, and Errol would only speak to her, and it was by telepathic means, and the nurse never knew anything about telepathy before that time. And she had to quickly adjust to it, and Errol wouldn't talk to anyone else, and rightly so, because their intent is not of the highest good. Anyway, the nurse ended up finding out that the reason why Errol spoke with her was because she's another soul family member. So the point is that she had a synthetic body, and she's back in the asteroid belt in our solar system on a space station there. So, and then of course you've got orbs as well, and you've got any entity that's eighth dimensional beings easily transit between physical, non-physical, very naturally, and then ninth dimensional up to 12. Non-total, it's non-physical. So you've got the non-physical beings as well, and then of course minerals. They carry personalities as well, consciousness as well. So there's many different forms of life in our universe, in this big massive bubble, and it's expanding. Now, we know that we are all made up of energy. Every conceivable thing on this planet, all the suns, the stars, planets, everything is made of energy, particles of energy. And one of the messages from from one of these gods, when it was communicating to humanity, is that a part of the process of creation is the manipulation of energy with the mind. So with us, we have a mind, which is, it's not, the brain is the physical part of the creative process, but the mind itself is one of our energy bodies, which is outside of our physical body. And of course, our consciousness is to the exterior of all of the 5 etheric bodies. So all the creation of the consciousness is inside of the consciousness. So our physical body sits inside that, and then we've got this brain that processes the material side of things. So we've got this umbilical cord that comes in through the crown of our head. We go into first thought, which is the mental body, manipulating that energy, and it produces fine gossamer threads of light encoding. And then, of course, they're absolutely tiny, the tiniest of the tiniest of the tiniest of particles, and then they make up matter, and that's what's created all matter throughout our universe. And and this is how magicians and certain people that are in the knowledge and the practice of making things materialize, they are masters at it, because the time frame between first thought to the physical manifestation is almost immediate, which is a level of mastery. Huge mastery, quite frankly. So and also in quantum physics, they've seen that particles can coexist in two places or more simultaneously at the same time as well. And it appears that matter makes matter as well. And I believe that this is what's causing the universe to expand. So not only are all the, or not all, but certain extraterrestrial races creating new species, we've got new planets, we're a evolving species. We're coming out of our primitive stages now. We just need to wash out the more of the lower vibrational, negative, darker energies, which is all occurring on schedule as we speak. And we are purely creative beings. We create the world that we live in, of course. And so these other species of extraterrestrials create new species, and slowly we're filling the universe and expanding it. It's extending out further and further all the time. So we come back to, are your gods extraterrestrials or aliens? Well, I don't like using the word alien because alien, it infers that it's something foreign. So to some people it's alien. But then if you're believing in a god, well, then it can't really be foreign because you're accustomed to that god. However, that god is most likely an extraterrestrial that came at the time to help and support those humans of that empire of the time. So I'm sure that this is very interesting. And also Satan is Anunnaki, and Lil and I forget the two brothers' names. They had a fight and one of them became Satan. And that's who the Dark Ones aspired to. And many of you would know about the lizards and the reptiles of the Windsor family, and the hybrids of around the world, namely some of the presidents of the US, hybrids. So they're very prevalent around the planet in positions of power. I won't say that. And so this dark energy is here, and you will all find out soon enough what's been going on and how they've manipulated our systems of consciousness and using technology against us, which incidentally was the fall of Atlantis. Instead of the technology serving us, we served it. And right now, there's a lot of people serving the technology. They're understanding what it's really doing to you. One aspect is running at 60 gigahertz, which is what the 5G is going to, they're starting it out at. It actually alters the electrons in our oxygen molecules in the air, and the blood does not uptake that oxygen. And that's why these people are just falling dead on the ground, and then they're blaming it on the CV virus, and they don't have any virus. So people are unknowingly using this technology, and it is interfering with the uptake of oxygen into your blood system. This is a part of the agenda of the depopulation of the planet. So by all means, feel free to use the technology, but you really need to understand the risks. And people aren't being told the risks because it's all planned. Even the word smart, smart this, smart that. People don't realize that it's an acronym for secret military armaments in residential technology. That's what it's short for. They put all this stuff straight in your face, and it more often than not gets overlooked. Anyway, so that's what's going on, and the way to beat that system is to meditate. Use your power, bring your energy in, bring in source energy through your crown and raise your frequency, and download reprogramming into your light body and into every cell in your cellular structure and your DNA. Do it consciously and with intent, and this is how we become our own gods, our God unto ourselves. This is how we become more godly and creative, and that's what it was meant when it says in the Bible that we're made and created in the image and likeness of itself. That is that we are purely creative beings as itself. We are the embodiment of it. Everything material is the body of itself, and it is experiencing all its own knowledge through all of the aspects of itself, which is every star, every planet, every being, every mineral. It's all of everything, everything. So I'll leave that with you, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, like, and share this video if you resonated with it. I've started up a Facebook group called Arcturian Family. If you resonate as an Arcturian soul, then please seek that one out and answer the questions, and I'll bring you in to the conversation. I don't think that there's any members yet except for myself, so it's a very new group. Do watch me, Errol the Extraterrestrial. You can just go back on one of my previous uploads with that one. And Errol talks about a huge amount about different aspects of the universe and our power and whatever history that she could retrieve from this planet. So it's a very interesting 6-week interview to listen to. And the Pleiadians, New Life Awaits Us, that was channeled a number of years ago as well. And the Pleiadians, a Pleiadian grouping, shared that information with us, and that goes into further detail about mostly about what starseeds and empaths and light workers are committed to with being on the planet at this time. So I'll leave that with you. Enjoy your day or evening, wherever you may be, and I look forward to being with you again. Okay. Namaste. Blessings, dear ones, and I'll be with you again soon.